Hey guys, welcome to Waste Not Wednesday. We go live every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Mountain Time, and we take junk, home decor, furniture, whatever we can find, and we transform it into something usable. And today is like part two of
this is a forgotten Waste Not Wednesday from the summer.
Yeah, we did this for my mom's room, and then we never really got anywhere with it. And my parents are going to be coming back hopefully soon from Arizona, and so we wanted to get this finished before my parents get home. So we thought we'd show you the next steps in getting this done. So when we found this dresser, I think I paid $20. I'm not positive.
So the top was bubbled. You can see this split here. I don't know, can you see that on camera? Oh yeah, you can see it. Also, it got left in the garage, got something on it, but it was outside. We were cleaning the garage out, and it was outside, and it got a bunch more rain on it. So we're gonna give it another repaint. It had like a bunch of dust, and I've mostly wiped it off, but it's showing on the black pretty good because it's unsealed. We're gonna count that as dust texture.
Dust texture. So we're gonna be using Hey Sailor on this piece. Because if you guys watched a few weeks ago, we did the new IOD inlay on a headboard, and so I'll have to grab that actually. But the color is pretty close to Hey Sailor, and so I thought if I painted that blue color, then
that's in her room.
Yeah, you could grab that. I think it'll pair well with this, and I didn't want it to be like the same, right? So it'll just kind of coordinate well. So anyways, we're gonna get started. We're also gonna be using the peony stencil on this piece. All of our JRV stencils, we're doing a deal a day for the next like 6 days. And all of our stencils at JamieRayVintage.com today only are 20% off. You don't need a code, and there's no limits. You can order whatever you want.
Any style, doesn't matter what seasonal ones are on sale.
Yeah. And if you haven't signed up for our newsletter, be sure to do that when you go to the website, because we're going to be emailing you guys every day with all the new deals for every day.
Yep. People on the newsletter and the text, they find out very first about the sales.
All right. Can you guys see this yummy color here? That's what color this is.
It's kind of looking black on camera, huh? Oh, no, it's blue. No, you can see it.
It's like a navy blue, but it's a brighter navy. Steph, can you go grab that headboard?
Yes, I'll go grab the headboard so we can show them.
So if you guys want to coordinate with that transfer, I thought this would be a good way to give you some good design info. It's not going to look a whole lot different than the black that we already have on here. When I painted this, the black was really always just going to be an undercoat, and then I never could quite decide what to paint over the top of it, and I'm kind of glad that I waited, because now the new paint inlays have come out from IOD. I know I want to match this, so we still need to do the headboard for my dad's bed, but I don't know if I have another 5-panel door, so that might take a minute. Here it comes.
All right, so we did this with the new IOD inlays. Here, I'm gonna get in front of you here so they can see the whole thing.
This is like a nice bright navy, and you can see how well this color of Hey Sailor is gonna coordinate with that blue. I think it's gonna be pretty.
It should be good. But, you know, we're thankful for Waste Not Wednesday. We're saving this from ourselves this week.
Sometimes you have to waste not your own unfinished projects, which reminds me we still haven't finished the pink dresser from last week. No. This is going to be a one-coat wonder for us. And I'm painting this inset first because we're going to stencil on here. Zeb, can you get those drawers fixed? I'm going to show you the knobs. These knobs are super pretty.
Oh, I need to drill.
Look at these. So this is like a navy and white knob. Can you guys see that? So look at, oh, there we go. And that's going to go on this piece, and I think will coordinate well with what we've got going on in the room. Caitlin, would you do me a favor? Would you take 5 of these knobs? It's decorative painted knob. Take them out of stock because these are from our website, and I think we have like 3 or 4 left from what I saw at the shop. Thanks for sharing, Renee. Yes, if you guys are on Facebook, if you would share this video out, that would be a super big help. And if you like these kinds of videos, be sure to give us a thumbs up. The nice thing about DIY paint is it sticks to just about everything. When this dries, it's going to dry a little bit lighter because it's clay-based paint, but then we'll wax it and it'll deepen the color again. And we will go ahead and distress it, and it's going to look good. We may have to reinforce this door from the back, so where it's like cracked here.
Okay.
Does anybody remember when we did this the first time? This thing was like on its last leg. Sometimes you buy a piece and you're like, oh, that doesn't look too bad in the picture. And then you get it home and you're like, holy moly, this is not what I thought it was.
Do you remember? Oh, never mind. I found some. Done.
Or just use paper clay?
Yeah, so a lot of times you guys have seen us use several different things. We use lightweight, we use Bondo, we use wood filler. You have a better idea? Jamie has a better idea.
We can still use paper clay.
But for a lot of repairs, we use paper clay, especially on like little quick stuff like this, to fill holes or gaps, or because it does dry hard and it's good. Oh, do you want to do like
Is this wide enough to cover the holes?
Yes, but this paper clay is getting kind of dry, so I don't know.
Do we have enough?
Well, I don't know where the rest of the paper clays are. We have a ton. We have some new stuff.
No, it's right
I
here.
didn't see it the other day.
Here's some right here.
So keep your paper clay sealed up because it does dry out if you don't.
I have 2 soft offerings for you.
2 soft paper clay offerings. Okay. All right. So we're going to try this keyhole, medallion panel, whatever you want to call it here.
That's the lock and key mold. I don't know. Hopefully it's in stock on our website. I don't know. I know it goes out of stock a lot because it's popular. Because if we were to just build those 2 holes, when the paper clay shrinks, you'll be able to see where they were. But if we cover them up with a mold, then it'll look good. It's a little pro tip there.
All right, so Jamie's going to keep plowing away painting that.
So
so
move the camera so it's more on you?
No, they can see what I'm doing here. They can see the whole counter.
Okay. Do we have?
I'll show you guys up close, like once I get closer to putting clay in the mold here. All right, so I'm going to just really quickly cornstarch this. If the IOD molds are so detailed, if you don't put some sort of mold release, even with the clay, it's really difficult to get them out because.
Hey, don't get cornstarch in the paint.
It's okay, it's texture, remember?
Yeah, but it's white.
Okay, so cornstarched. I'm just going to knock out the excess. So now it's just nice and powdered. And then this air dried clay, you can see how soft it is. It's not even warm. It's kind of cool in here because the kitchen, if no one comes down here, the thermostat is a smart thermostat. And it's like, oh, no one's in the house. I'm going to put the temperature at 63 degrees every night.
Try not to block the camera, but I got paint over here.
That's okay. All right, so I've just got a pretty decent pinch of clay here, probably about as big around as my finger. And I'm going to press this here. I'll trade you spots.
Okay.
I'm just going to press this into the mold. It's probably going to be extra. It doesn't take that much. It just makes it really easy to use this micro rim and just pinch it off and make it all one consistent piece rather than putting a bunch of small pieces in, because you will sometimes see those cracks in your mold if you put a bunch of separate pieces of clay down in there. I'm trying to talk loud. If you guys don't know, I had to send our lavalier mics in for repair, and so we're using the mic on the laptop. So hopefully you guys can hear okay.
I'll check on this in a minute.
Yep.
Okay, so I've got the front of this painted. I'll start on the sides in a minute, but I was thinking on the middle drawer. Oh yeah, we got to do these too.
Yep, I got a bunch of these to make now.
All right, perfect. Well, it'll all look
If you want to
meant to
go,
be.
I'll have to go out and grab the wood glue. I wasn't anticipating doing molds.
I think I have some in here. Hold on.
No, I took it.
You took my glue?
Yeah, I needed it because I had my glue over at the other shop. I got tools all over the place right now.
You keep going. I'll grab it.
Okay. It should be over on that bench with the miter saw.
Okay.
Okay. So you just roll this out. If you're new to molds, oh, I had a little piece crack, but that's okay. I'll just add it on when I glue it on. Let's see. Can you guys see that detail on there? Is it focusing? It's hard to tell. But I lost the little end. When I glue it on, it's no big deal. I'll just pop that on there as soon as she gets back with the glue. I've got enough here from that initial. Maybe I'll roll this together. Mush it together real good and roll it. Yep. Oh, looks like I left the top open.
I picked off a blue.
In my haste, hopefully it pours out good. If you don't know, we're pretty much always in a hurry around here. All right, I'm gonna re-cornstarch this. Just real light, doesn't take too much.
Need a popsicle stick to.
You couldn't eat an ice cream?
No, I'm just gonna pull the stick out of it. This is the last of your toffee ice creams.
Well, Redrick eats them. So I didn't have an open container, and he opened the container from the backside and spun it around so it didn't look like it was open.
That's funny.
Have any of you ever hidden food from your parents that was maybe a special treat that you weren't supposed to just like eat it till it was gone and hid it from them? I don't know that I can think of a person that hasn't done that. If you haven't, you're much better than I am.
They said the sound is good.
Okay, good.
All right, so we have a popsicle stick, waste not. I put the ice cream back in the freezer for you later. And we can use this to apply the glue. So I can do that while you're doing this. So move that over there.
Yeah. So it broke the little end, so just slap it.
Oh yeah, that happens a lot with that little end. Is this glue coming out now though?
I haven't tried it. Just squirt some out and see what happens.
It's cold.
The glue is cold. It was a bit in the garage. Although we have windows in our garage doors and it's south facing, so the garage actually stays pretty warm during the day. Like it'll.
Oh, it's coming out.
Yeah, it should be all right.
Oops, I kind of got a lot.
That's why we have a drop. That's why we have a drop cloth.
So this is you've seen me use my finger 8,000 times. I promise you this is the better way. And I'll just do this.
Oh, lost another. I think I'm going to lose the ends on the very first one. It's because I roll it too high. So you could use resin on these too. It actually makes them pretty strong if you do resin. And we've got several videos on how to do that with the molds. So how many drawers do we have? One, two, three. So do we need to do two, or how many knobs did you bring back? Did you show them the knobs you want to use?
Yes, I did.
If you're just joining, these are the fun little knobs we're going to do.
Does that look centered to you?
It just needs to cover them.
Yeah,
centered enough.
I wanted to make sure this is centered. It's kind of hard to tell because that one side was off.
Oh,
You're going to have to straighten it out.
So that's going to get painted blue.
Let me see. Here, this is my.
It looks fine.
Yeah, it looks good, but make sure that's straight.
It's straight enough. I mean, once we paint it, and we're going to do some stenciling over in the corner here. We've got the peonies stencil that we have, and if you want to find this one specifically, really quick and easy, Caitlin has the website with the stencils listed for like categories. This is in the floral category, but I also have it linked in the description of this video with the colors of paint we're using. I didn't know we were going to be using air dry clay and mold, so I don't have those linked yet.
That was a last minute decision on my part. All right, so if you want, this is a really good idea if you're going to be painting right away, to blow dry or heat gun just a little bit, and you'll get a little bit of a crust on the top of the clay, and then that way you won't lose so much dimension when you're painting it. We don't always do this, but it's best practice. Or just let it dry for a few hours. But keep it moving. Do not let it sit.
Sherry said her mom used to hide the chocolate chips in foil marked as liver. Your mom is smart.
At church on Sunday, this lady sitting behind me, she said that her mom used to hide her chocolates in between the pots and pans in the cupboard. Said that wouldn't work because I'm not the one who does the dishes here. Redrick would find my chocolate, but my kids are actually pretty good. Like, we always have candy here. They never eat the entire bag. So I'm pretty safe that way.
Unless it's those toffee ice creams.
Yeah, that is true. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and paint this. Now, we are going to have to drill through this, or you could drill above it, but I think it'll look best to drill through that. But we won't do that on camera because I really want this to dry, so it doesn't mess up with the clay. So that. Do you want to do it before I paint it?
I'll just poke a hole in it.
Because I don't want to see the clay.
Okay, so we've got the medallion here, right? We need to put a knob through the middle, and this clay is still super wet. So I just poked a hole right in the middle. That way when I drill it, it doesn't want to twist it around. If it was dry, you wouldn't need to do that step. Oh. Well, I wasn't anticipating wood chips. Luckily, most of that's going to be behind the knob. Wood chips came up and out. It's okay. I was able to save it. All right.
Could you use flour instead of cornstarch?
Flour might work.
I don't know.
It's just, I mean, if you try it, let us know how it works. We haven't done it. That's going to get covered by the knob, so.
It's a little crooked to me, so
Okay.
fixing that. So would you do this other drawer? Before we drill it, we need to set these drawers on top of each other. Just make sure that they're lined up, because if it's not perfect on the drawer, it's not the end of the world. But once you put the drawer in place, you will definitely notice if they're like off. All right, so I'm going to go ahead, paint this down. So you want to be careful when you're painting the clay; it's still soft. So I go kind of thick over the top of it to make sure it gets down in all the cracks. And it is possible that when this dries, it'll get more cracks, and I'll just come in with a little brush and touch them.
All right, so I made 2. Do we only need, or I made 3, but I think we only need, because do you have enough for, did you get 5 knobs?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so we only need them for these 2 drawers here. Do you want to put one in the middle of this one?
So that one has 2 and 2, so this one is going to need these filled too.
Oh, so I need to make 4 then. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
I mean, we could get away with just putting the knobs on one side or the other, but it'll look like a matched, it'll look better if they're
That's
all.
not my stencil brush I was using.
What?
I was using a little tiny stencil brush, and I used it over here to put
Oh, it's right there. We have used baking soda before. Baking soda doesn't work as good as cornstarch, but in a pinch it works. Which was it, cornstarch that Eliza said that we were out of the other day? And I have this ginormous container of it. I'm just smoothing out my brush strokes, especially over the top of this. I'll show it to you guys up close. It is going to be pretty pulled around the edge of the transfer, or the edge of the mold, but I want it to be that way. It will settle down, and then you'll see more detail. You see that? I'm going to lay it flat so it doesn't drip, and then the paint will just kind of, I don't know what go away or whatever, but you want it in all the sides, so that way you don't have like a gap where the mold is attached to your drawer. All right, I'm going to set that over here. We're talking about Odelia wanting to be a teacher.
Yeah, I saw.
All right. So did you make another one?
Yeah, so you've got the ends, the one where I'm rolling it, the top end is breaking on every one.
Well, the clay is slightly dry. You can also put a wet paper towel or a baby wipe in with your clay and zip it up the top and let it sit, and it will re-moisten. Where's the glue at?
Right here.
Oh, it's hiding.
It's hiding from you. All right, so last one here. Then probably while Jamie's finishing the drawers, I'm gonna do heat gun
on that, so you can start stenciling.
Yep. So we can start stenciling that.
You can see it's drying lighter. When we seal it, it will get dark again. So I think on this area here, we were gonna, oh, you know what? We were gonna do design over the whole drawers, but we're not gonna do that now because
I can still pop the corner if you want.
No. So should we just do like just a few flowers in this and that's it?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it works out.
I'll do this little piece that broke off. I also
Watch out for that rogue piece that keeps breaking.
I've also been known to just rip it off both sides and make it look even. This time I do a little different. I'm gonna set this in here and find the center.
Rita says she's loving the color. Yeah, this is, so you can kind of see how it's drying light. If you wanted it to stay light like this, you probably, I would say, don't seal it, which, you know, oh no, don't seal your piece. We actually don't seal a lot of our pieces that we use here in the house.
I would not seal a nightstand.
This nightstand's going to get sealed. Oh, did you get a splinter?
Yes.
This nightstand's going to get sealed, but
That'll be a later
if it was
situation.
something else like decor piece, I don't think you need to seal every decor piece, in my opinion. Just saying.
Except does that look even to you? I can't tell the way you're tall enough to get a good view.
Yeah, well, it needs to come this way a little
Okay.
bit. Well, the whole drawer does. So, all right, no, that's good. It's not gonna slide. It's
Okay.
already stuck on there pretty good. Okay, I'll drill this one.
Okay, and then I'll paint it.
Yeah. I'm trying to clean up because I'm gonna lay this on its back to do the stencil. We'll bring you guys in close in just a minute. And we're gonna dry this. Oh, do you want to dry that for me while I'm drilling the rest of these out?
Do you want me to what?
Dry this?
Oh, yeah.
Just a little extra texture in everything we do today. Okay.
Kind of pulled up in the corners, so I don't.
I'm not gonna stencil there in that
Okay.
corner. So.
Okay. Try now.
Uh-oh. We might be,
Oh no.
it unplugged the camera.
Hold on. It's funny that it's you because it's always me.
I don't know if we're gonna get that back.
Yeah, we're back. I don't know if we'll be back here.
We'll see. Hold on, guys. Sorry.
Here we are.
Oh, thank
We're very bright. And we're back.
Phew.
Technical
Sometimes it doesn't always work. I tripped over. I got a bunch of cords over here that, you know, you can't bump.
All right, I'm going to get back to painting now. Are you done drilling that?
Here, yeah. Well, this one needs glue, so I can drill these.
Well, what do you want me to do?
The medallions over these.
Oh, okay. I'm injured now. I got a splinter in my hand. You're going to have to pick that for me later.
I'll get it out for you.
Look, there's a little glue bubble. I don't know why that was exciting to me.
All right.
Oh, pop.
I'm gonna move you over here though.
And you do the hokey pokey.
Yeah. But maybe even a little farther because I'm gonna lay this down so that I can stencil with it flat.
You're going to lay that down?
The dresser.
Well, then move that drawer over there somewhere.
I'm putting it over here with you.
I don't want it in my way. Move it over here.
There you go. And then here's the molds. And the little stray piece on every one that I broke.
I should have just ripped those suckers off and moved on with my life. Where's the glue?
Okay, stencil time. Let's see if we can bring the camera in. Oh, spider webs. It's okay. Look, now they're gone. Okay. Oh, and the stencil's way over there. I'll grab it. So this stencil is going to be a little bit bigger than the inset. I'm going to try to bring you guys in here so that you can watch closer. All right, Jamie, camera's like right behind you, so don't back up fast. There we go. Here, I'll give you comments too so you can watch that. let's see. This design is kind of like if you were looking in the middle of a big peony bush. Is it peony?
Peony.
Peony bush. And so it's kind of going all which directions. Like, I don't know if it has a definite top or bottom. About like right there. What do you think about that? Or do you want me to do the whole drawer?
I like it to be a lot because we're not stenciling anywhere else.
Okay.
So I just say like in the corners, like one there and then one opposite here, kind of going up or something. They want to know what kind of camera we're using.
So it's a Canon R6 is what we have. And usually it plays really nice, but we've been recently in the last, probably 3 months, we've been doing live streams with it. And that's like a whole new area of expertise for me to live stream with the camera. And so I still have like a couple little quirks and bugs that I need to figure out.
It's much better quality than just live streaming from our phone when it works, but we just struggled getting, I mean, we're artists, we're not like AV people. I always like it when people comment like, the sound quality is bad, the picture quality is bad. I'm like, listen, Linda.
We're painters.
I'm a painter and I'm trying to show you something. And I'm not really the best at this, so I'm doing what I can. We're trying to improve over time.
All right, so we're gonna use white swan for this to kind of match that headboard because it's painted white. And I am gonna offload over here. Don't know if you'll be able to see that. I'll just, right there on the drop cloth, no biggie. You know, use the drop cloth for what it's for. Get some paint on it. I kind of want to push this out a little bit, but I think I'm going to try to curl this edge because I don't want to. No, I don't need tape.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right, because I have some. I've been painting baseboards, so I got tape. All right, I'm going to just heat gun these real quick.
We might have to do some touch up with the Hey Sailor, but.
All right, we know how. Let them know about the offloading.
Yep, they can see it on camera over here.
That's
I'm basically
offloading.
getting a pretty dry brush so that I can swirl. You could also pounce if you want to, but the swirl is faster. And you can do like fun blending techniques and things when you swirl too.
What I love about these IOD molds is that this dresser had a lot of detail, so it was great. But if you have a dresser that's not necessarily old, you can add these and it just really looks like hand carved detail once you clean it. And the more imperfect you are at doing molds, the more it looks hand carved because it's not perfect. So it's part of the charm. All right.
So this stencil here, the stenciling uses so little paint.
I left my brush over here.
I think your mom, so she flip-flops whether she wants blue or red, and then she tries to combine both, and it looks very patriotic in her room.
And that she recently brought yellow in. I'm gonna make her make like a final decision though, because she has this red floral print. I know she wants to put up, but if she wants to do that, the really soft yellow she wants to use isn't really gonna go. So I'm trying to hone in what she wants. She usually likes like my finished designs, but I was sitting in the room the other day. I'm like, man, this room is depressing. It needs some color. So hopefully this helps out. And I know that she already has blue bedding. So she can look at it with the blue and yellow. And then if she wants to incorporate the red, then we just maybe swap to I was thinking like a chenille comforter. And then she can put different colored blankets on there. And she could even, if she wanted to do like red in the winter, she could swap out, or red in the winter and then a different color, she could swap out the art and just put something different in the spring, summer.
So I'm back to pouncing because I'm trying to catch these leaves without going outside of them.
All right. Farmhouse says, oh, I can do imperfect. I'm good at that.
I feel like that's why Farmhouse is so popular, because you don't have to be perfect with it. If it's
Mom will love to hear that her bedroom is depressing. It just needs color. It's my fault more than anything because you know, she does defer to me because technically, I mean, they live here, but this is Zeb and I's house, so she doesn't like put stuff up on the walls before she asks. So I think she's just kind of been holding out. And I've been saying, oh, I'm going to get to it, but it's kind of one of those things we just haven't got to it. So I feel like now's a really good time. And we got to get to Eliza's room too. Eliza's the only kid who keeps a clean bedroom, and we haven't really finished her room.
All right, so I feel like that's kind of just floating there. Let me bring you guys in. Hopefully we can go without them.
Well,
again, hold on. It's because it's like real precarious over here.
Oh.
Hopefully it works again for us a second time. All right, I will stop moving the camera.
Move the piece.
Hey, and we're back for a third time. Okay, I'll just zoom in on it. I feel like this is just kind of floating up there, and I was gonna go over up the side. So I think I'll do that, and I'm gonna keep coming down a little bit too. And I won't move the camera anymore, I promise. Okay, just a little bit. Sorry, guys.
Put some tape around the connection. I don't know that we want to do that. Okay, this is all painted.
Where did I set the stencil at, though? I pulled the stencil off, and now I don't know where I set it.
Okay, hold on. Hold, please. It's not. Is it underneath it?
Did it fall on the floor?
Look underneath it.
Here it is. Oh. It's hiding.
Right, I'm gonna go look at comments on the laptop. Seems so serious today. Us? I don't know about that. Wendy says, glad to see you guys have the same issues I have. Put some tape around it. A project for mom makes it more special. Yeah. Well, it's funny because every time I do a dresser, she's like, oh, I like that. She wants to redecorate her room. So I'm doing it so that way you can be like, look, we did it. We're good. Hopefully you like it.
Now I don't know which way I had it. Okay, I found it. All right, now we're going to continue on. So I'm not taping it. I mean, you could tape it, but I'm not taping it because I'm trying to roll this edge with the plastic on the stencil so that I can get as close as I can with it. And if you tape it, then it won't roll and I don't know. I don't know if it matters. I'm just not.
I'm just looking to see if there's comments.
Okay. Onward we go. I didn't like the floating, so here we go. More stenciling. I'm going to just come all the way down.
Okay.
To the edge of this, where this stencil is. And where it's raised a little, you want to pounce on that too. You don't want to swirl.
Debbie says, I say serious because you're usually so chatty. Sometimes I actually have to concentrate. Molds on dressers, I'm not super great at it.
She did just get a fun phone call, and I'm sure it's affecting her.
Yeah. We won't go into details, but there's always, it's funny because
like right before we went live, like 5 minutes before.
Yeah. We've had many serious conversations right before we go live, and I'm always like, that's the perfect timing. But when this is what you do for a living, you just got to roll it. But also, true story, I'm not that great at molds, and I wanted it to be lined up. So I sometimes have to concentrate. And I only ate 2 strawberries for breakfast, and I'm hungry. That could also be it. I did get sleep last night for the first night in 3 nights, so yay for that. Did the family we bought from the church home stay in the area? Yeah, they've got kids, so they still live around here. Because that was Kai's question. So if you don't know, we recently bought an old church from 1894.
Yes.
Okay. We did a video.
It's almost 130 years old. You can just say that.
It's almost 130 years old. A family lived in it since the 60s, and we recently bought it because we're going to turn it into our retail store and warehouse for our website. So we have been working on that too. I feel like a little bit scattered lately, and I'm also trying to not overwork myself because it's the holidays and I want to enjoy it with our kids. Last year we were finishing up the house that we live in now, and so we really didn't get to do a lot of holiday stuff. So I'm really trying to work enough that my business case stays afloat, and the website keeps getting orders, but not work so much that I can't be present with my kids. Just answer some questions. They're good. So if you guys are just tuning in, the JRB stencils today only, which is December 8th, 2021, are 20% off. We're doing a deal a day. So yesterday was Bath and Beauty, and the day it's the stencils, and every day there's something different. And if you haven't signed up for our email letters, definitely do that, so then you'll know what's going on sale every day for the next, it's like a whole week of sales. How's it going?
We're getting there.
I could do some painting or whatever, but I know you're gonna flip this back right there.
Do you want to paint that drill? Oh, wait until
I gotta wait till you drill it.
Okay, should I go over the top of this a little bit?
No.
Okay,
Let me see what it looks like now. Pull it up.
We'll need to do some touch up.
Oh, I like that.
Okay, so just do some touch up right here on the top with the blue.
You don't want to do anything like down in the other corner to balance
No, I think it's fine just like that.
Okay.
And once you get the knobs on and the molds on there, we do need to paint the bottom of this lid though. It'll be a lot more detailed and it'll have enough going on, a lot of interest.
Okay, these are the things you don't see until you flip it over. Okay. Oh, I did really good.
All right, I'm gonna go drill those two over there.
Just gonna fix where he got up over the edge here. I guess it's also a project for Dad because he does live in the room for Mom, but I don't think my dad really cares.
The only thing he worries about is if he can get his Fox News.
Is it getting treats? Is it getting news? While it's upside down, I'm gonna paint these feet. It's a lot easier to do it this way.
Okay.
All right, you want to flip that up for me and I can paint the sides?
Yep. Stop back here.
Do you clean and condition the wood on the inside of pieces?
No.
I wipe it down. I don't know if I condition.
We do clean, but we never conditioned a piece on the inside that I can remember. I do oil the slides and wax the slides.
That's painted.
All right, just careful with my stencil. That stencil turned out cool in the corner there. I like it.
Yeah, I think that looks good. I'm trying to think what we need to do next. So we've got those two drawers, and we need to put them in here. And we need to wax. I guess you could heat gun.
Yeah, I'll heat gun that so that we can.
We cannot wax the drawers until tomorrow.
No.
The molds really need to
set up.
dry. It's hard to do when they're wet.
But we could lightly put the knobs on so they can see what it's going to look
We
like.
just put the knob here. You want to heat gun that part so we can distress and wax that
Yes.
cabinet door. This drawer is probably the worst of all of the veneers.
That one is really peeling, yeah. The serpentine drawer. I think it's because it's curved. So the veneers, the drawers it was having issues before I left it out in the rain, and then I left it out in the rain, and now it's angry at me.
Yeah. Rain happens.
So we have kind of a fun video coming up. I think it'll be out this end of this week. We'll see. We've been doing the family room in there, where we're going to actually have Christmas with the kids. Like that's the kids' tree. That's where all the presents will go. That's where we'll open things up on Christmas morning. So we've been decorating in there and doing some projects that, like covering up the crawl space hole with more than just a big board that was just sitting under a bunch of like random decor.
We decorated the tree today. We got that. We have two trees. So we have the one up front. It's actually not overly decorated, the one up front, but
no, but it's tastefully decorated. It's kind of like a Charlie Brown style tree.
yeah, I'm not into tons of decorations. I like it simple, but The kids are going to be decorating the tree, and it'll be fun.
So hopefully, I'm planning on having that video up Friday. That's the plan. We'll see if it makes it. It's hard to say at this point in the week because of Jamie's fun phone call. And I know that's a lot of foreshadowing. We'll tell you eventually.
Maybe. If you're really good. Okay, so this looks good. If you want to distress this, do we have 220? Or do you need to grab you something in the garage?
Here, just keep heat gunning this section here. And I can go, I know right where it's at.
And maybe next week we'll finally finish that pink dresser. It's almost done. So that just needs to sturdy up the drawers. And then we'll get the pink dresser from last Waste Not Wednesday finished. And we need to get it done because we sold a piece in the shop last week. And so I've got to get that dresser into the shop to take the place of the one that sold that's being picked up this Saturday. So it's like the great shuffle. And then we have that white piece that we did for Waste Not Wednesday like a month ago or so. It's still in the family room. We've got to get that finished because if you guys watched our dresser, we did the peony dresser where we stamped the peonies. It's like an armoire thing that sold and is being shipped out in January. So we're going to move the white piece into the shop. So it's always like a shuffle. It's good to have a few pieces in the wings ready to go if you are a reseller, if you have a space, either a booth or a store. That way you can move stuff in because I don't always have time when things sell to like move furniture in. So I always like to have a few extras. Or at least that's what I tell myself. So that way I have an excuse to hoard furniture.
So I feel like I'm in limbo right now with my tools because we started moving stuff over to the church shop or barn or whatever we're going to call that. Even though it's garage size.
We're calling it the barn.
It sounds more elegant to call it a barn.
It's going to look like a barn by the time we're done. It's kind of like we call this a farmhouse and all we have are 2 little sheep and 9 chickens, but it is a farmhouse. And I'm super excited because today we had a local company come and put up our Christmas lights, and we have not had proper Christmas lights in years.
Tell them why. You can tell them why.
Deb refuses to put up Christmas lights.
About 8 years ago, I almost fell off the roof. I'm like, no, it's not worth it. I don't care.
But I can't do it because he wants them to be like pristine. And so we have a company, they're Aces Landscaping. They actually spray our yard and do bugs and stuff for us. And in the winter, when they're not doing landscaping, they do Christmas lights.
And they make our grass really green all year. Like it's still green out there and it's been freezing.
Yeah. So they came and put Christmas lights up today on the house. So I can't wait till tonight so we can see them. It's the simple things in life. And whenever you hire somebody to do Christmas lights, it's always more expensive the first year because you're paying for the actual lights. But then they come, it also includes them taking them down and storing them. And then the next year, it's a lot less expensive. They charge way less per foot to put them back up.
So this is going to be kind of, I don't want to say a moody piece. I feel like the white really kind of brightened things up. Mm-hmm. And when we get those knobs on there, but with the black coming through, it does have like a really kind of, I don't know. I can't get away from the moody word.
Moody?
But it's fun.
So that had a little piece chipping off. I'm just going to paint it and we'll heat gun it.
And I sanded it smooth so you won't get another splinter.
It's a hazard when you're working with old furniture.
You know, if I could count all the times I've nailed my fingers with the nail gun or got a splinter from working with old furniture and wood, I don't know that I can count it. I probably can't number it.
Well, somebody commented the other day on the video where the throwback video of the box, and they're like, don't staple gun your fingers. And ironically enough, I have not stapled it on projects like this, but I sure did when I did the house. I don't know. I got to get up here, and there's like.
What are you getting up there for? To do the top? Oh, here.
Oh, thank you. I was like, I really don't want to sit up there because there's wet paint and I don't want to get it on my bum.
So there's not on camera, the black and the blue is not a whole lot of tonal difference once we get this sealed. It just looks like it's like a little darker in the shadow to me.
In real life, it's better.
Yeah.
I couldn't put it in their black. Their room needed color, I decided.
Well, your mom was liking the black, but I feel like with her reds and blues and everything she does, it was just going to be it was going to be really out of place.
Yeah, Hey Sailor is not a super dark navy, so if you want it to be darker, all you have to do is add a few drops of little black dress or whatever black paint that you want to add to it, and you will get a much darker navy. With what we're trying to match to that IOD transfer, this is the perfect blue. If it was too dark, it wouldn't match the blue that's in the transfer. I'm trying to get in these corners. The paneling on the side of this, not that anybody will ever see it, actually will look good with the paneling of their headboards. But their beds will be on each side of this. My parents sleep in twin beds just like Lucy and Ricky from I Love Lucy.
I'm just reading comments over here.
Oh.
Rosie loves the stencil. Caitlin looks like she's explaining how channel membership works.
Yep, the next channel membership video will be next Tuesday, hopefully. We've already done one for this month. It'll be the last one for the month. So we have two things. We have channel membership, and then we have business coaching. Business coaching is actually done on Facebook, and you buy it through our website. It's a monthly service. It's a little bit more, and it's, well, it's not a little bit, it's a lot more in depth.
Basically all our trade secrets.
Yeah, the channel
in a live video.
The channel membership is pretty chill and like just hanging out, you know. And then business coaching, you really actually, we go into lots of business stuff.
Sometimes we give you assignments that we expect you to do.
And then we have to do them.
Yeah, and then we got to do them ourselves as well. I'm going to put this knob on here, see how it looks. This is really tight on there. Well, all right, I got it off.
Supposed to start getting snow tomorrow.
Lots of snow. The mountains are supposed to get up to 24 inches. Harrington's excited because he's got a pass to Brighton, so he's going to go skiing and snowboarding this year. He's like, bring it on. We need the snow. I think they've been making their own snow. Some of the resorts are open already.
Yeah, they have them.
But we haven't had any real significant storms roll through, really. And it's been warm. Like yesterday, we weren't supposed to get out of the 40s this week. And yesterday was like 52,
we
53.
have weird weather like this every year, though.
Yeah.
Utah is, it starts to get really cold consistently, like in January and February, when you wish that it wouldn't.
I'm going to have to sand this edge here. So sometimes when you get old pieces like this, if it's stiff, you don't necessarily, I mean, if you painted it and you've got paint on it, I would sand it then. Make sure that there's no excess paint on the inside lips here. But you don't necessarily, if it's settled or it's not sliding good, you don't necessarily have to do a bunch of sanding. Sometimes if you just wax that or use like, we like to use the hemp oil, it'll help it slide good. And it works as a really good lubricant, and then you don't have to do a ton of sanding. Are you done on that side? I'll flip this back around.
Yeah, I'm painting.
Oh, are you painting that side?
Yeah,
Okay.
do you want to put it in a drawer?
Well, I wanted to show them with the knob. Where did the drawers go? Oh, you got them drying
There's one
over
that's
here.
pretty dry.
I'm going to hit it with a heat gun just a little bit again. You can see how the clay is holding the moisture. This is pretty much dry, and then this is what the paint looks like, wet or sealed real. It's real dark.
We are going to seal it with clear wax and not white wax. So I might actually wait to not seal it on camera because I'm not sure that I have a white wax. I don't think I have a brush here that doesn't have white wax on it.
You don't have a brush here that doesn't have white wax? I don't know if they can hear you way over there with the heat gun going. Can you guys hear Jamie back behind the dresser? You see her little hand flip over there every now and then?
I'm here.
All right, dry that out a little bit more. I might dry this other drawer too, just to, it'll be fun to show you guys. Get a couple more knobs. Were these knobs we had for sale?
Yeah, we do. We have them on the website.
Oh, did you take them out of stock or do we have
I
more?
asked Caitlin too.
Oh, okay.
If she does it, then I guess if they sell, then I'll just.
We run into that every now and then. People will be looking for stuff to ship from the shop and Jamie's like, oh, that's at my house.
I will sacrifice it. I could find other knobs if I had to. And I might the manufacturer.
These are cool though. I didn't think I would like the brassy gold color
But it looks good
on here with the blue, but it does look good.
Take them out of stock. Thanks, Caitlin.
Good job, Caitlin.
Did you link them? I think we have like 4 left.
I have not. I didn't know these were the knobs you were coming with when I was setting the stream.
I didn't know
so.
either, but when I got there, I was like, "What's our perfect?" Right? The best things aren't really always planned.
Okay, so I'm not going to crank this on super tight because I don't want to smash that clay, but just enough to give you guys an idea. All right, I'm going to do that other door too so you can see. It won't be distressed, but you guys will get the idea. What's our time looking like?
We're almost done.
10:52, we got 8 minutes. I might be able to dry that other drawer too and get it up in the top just so you guys can kind of see. It won't be sealed because like Jamie said, we're gonna let it dry up good and probably distress the top with the orbital sander outside, you know.
Oh, Stacy has been a channel member for 3 years.
3 years, Stacy.
And she got to do her milestone chat. So it shows up in green on YouTube and says, just trying this milestone chat option out to see how it works. So blessed to have been a member this long. Thank you, JRB. Much love.
Well, that is awesome. We appreciate you being a member that long because that enables us to do a lot of things. And those videos, we love doing those videos too. They're very relaxed, very casual, and it's just a fun thing that we can do.
All right, I'm going to bring this back so that way you can hold up the nightstand so they can get the idea. So this is, it could be a child's dresser, but in what we're going to use it for is a nightstand in between my parents' twin beds in their room. Those of you that don't know, my parents live with us. They've been in
Your
there.
mom has a very young personality. It works for her.
That's true.
I mean, she's 82, but I often feel like she's like in her 30s.
I'm going to stand behind because I feel like I'm like very close to the camera.
She's very, very exuberant and passionate about the things she does. All right, I'm going to flip this back around so you guys can see the front view of this. All right, there you go. Now you're getting a better idea. Oh, it's bright. Let me see if I can tone her back just a little bit. There you go. I'm going to get this other knob in.
So you can see too, like where this or where the mold is, it's a little bit darker. That's because that paint hasn't dried. So this will be darker when we do it. And so this will actually have more contrast once we wax that. But it's going, we did it to match. Can you see this? Can they see that on camera? So this is actually going to be this way. It's going to be a headboard. And this will go hanging up on the wall with a French cleat, one behind each twin bed. And then this will be in the middle for their nightstand. So I think it's going to look good in there. Add some color. And then once I talk to my mom and find out if she wants to stick with the blue and yellow or if she wants to incorporate red, then we'll decide where we're going with that. The red she has is not like a bright red. It's more like a cranberry. Sometimes it's hard for me to let people decide what they want and not make all the decisions.
What?
I know.
What?
Oh, Rachel Hicks has been a channel member for 3 years too. She just did her milestone.
Oh,
chat.
fun. Look at all these. I think this is about the time we started it. So you guys have been with us from the beginning if you've been for 3 years. The beginning of channel membership. It's fun. We have a lot of fun. And you get printables too, which I will work on and get out to you guys soon for December.
All right, let's put this drawer in just so you can see it.
I think in November, I actually can't even remember because there were 4 in November for the printables. And I think I did some Christmas ones in there.
Yes. I think you did tax.
Oh yeah, all right, so this drawer here needs some love. I'm not gonna force it in there because it doesn't have knobs. Let me heat gun it and we'll see if we can throw some knobs real quick on there so you guys get the full effect. It's just a really fun little nightstand. It's not a very tall piece. We didn't have really anywhere we could use it in the house Jamie's mom was like, hey, that would work in between the beds really good. And it's imperfect. It's got some issues. You can see the veneer's got a big chip out of it here. We'll make the drawers slide real good. We'll wax them up so that they're not having to fight with that.
So again, if you guys are wanting to catch that stencil deal, it's 20% off December 8th, 2021 only. Ends tonight at 11:59 Mountain Time, which is Utah time, which you didn't know. People are like, what's Mountain Time? I'm like, it's our time here in Utah.
It covers like Colorado and Idaho and
You got
Montana.
blue on your face.
Can I get some blue on my face?
Right there. Anyways, so if you want to get a stencil, now's a really great time. I don't think we've done all the stencils on sale on the website in a really long time.
Is there one more knob over there? Actually, I don't remember the last time we did all of them. We usually just pick specific ones. So if you've had that one you've been wanting to grab.
I can't. This one has like a tag.
Yeah, I'm having to unscrew them all the way.
20 years later.
Well, and we'll probably when the spring release comes for stencils, we've got several stencils we probably need to retire because I think we're up over 200 stencil designs now, and it's just getting to be a lot to go through, and some of them don't sell as well as others. So we'll just, if you've been wanting a design, maybe check out and see if there's any that you can't live without, because some will get retired. We don't know which ones they are yet, but we're going to go through them and look and see which ones are doing well, that are popular, and which ones that we can live without.
Not Too Shabby Patty says, hi from New York. She's been a member for 36 months and working on Christmas with Ivy molds. Will we paint the top? Yes. So it's not painted right now, but it will get painted. I'm just not very tall. So I'll probably put it on the front porch and paint it out there since it's still warm today. I don't know why this one had two.
It's because you put the two nuts on, and it locks them so that they don't slide out.
Okay.
But I'm gonna wait to really
you don't
screw them down until the clay's dried up all the way.
Yeah, so the knots are a little bit darker blue, but like I said, when we wax this, it'll darken up, so they'll actually be really close to the same color as Hey Sailor.
Oops. There we go. I'm having to modify.
It's all right. The veneer.
I don't even think I'm on camera over here.
Oh.
You're all the show over there.
There you go. Now you're on camera. You're cute. People should see you.
Oh, sure. I'm hungry.
Me too.
We got going early this morning, and then the guys came to do the lights, and then I had to go run get this because we'd taken it over to the barn.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, that drawer will go in more, but it's all wet, and I need to sand some of the paint off the sides and fix some of the veneer. But there you go, guys.
Yep. If you guys like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Shop JamieRayVintage.com for the paint and products you saw us use. And subscribe to Jamie Ray Vintage for more
DIY.
Love you guys. Have a great Wednesday.